Hey there friends, how's it going? I'm Ben Snow and today we're taking a closer look at Hogwarts Castle and Hogwarts Legacy. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that everyone wants to explore Hogwarts, even the ones who say they don't want to. I mean, it's like such an iconic and awesome place with long corridors, tall towers, winding staircases, and lots of secrets to discover. And while some of the old Harry Potter games let you explore Hogwarts, the new model of the castle brings it to a whole new level in Hogwarts Legacy. And since we now have a ton of new footage of the castle, it's a great time to look at some of its most iconic places to explore in the game. The Viaduct Courtyard, or the entrance courtyard, serves as a main entrance to the castle. A place where students gather between classes, perfect place to throw benches at people in Order of the Phoenix, and a place where some of the most iconic moments happened in the movies, yet it was actually never mentioned in the books. It is a partially paved courtyard surrounded by a covered stone cloister with an open colonnade. On top of the outer ring of the stone cloister, we got the addition of tall spikes pointed upwards, and on the inner ring, we've got the rows of statuettes with hog faces. The entrance gate is made of a small arch with little statues inset on either side that extends into tall towers, which are also connected to an arched balcony with two displays and a small turret at the top. One display is most certainly a clock with phases of the moon. However, the purpose of the blue display is yet to be discovered. The entrance hall is an enclosed area where first-year students are brought up before the Sword and Hat ceremony. Here it is depicted closer to the version seen in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. There is a massive crest of Hogwarts, with marble staircases on either side leading to the upper level. The room is beautifully lit by the daylight coming through the tall, arched windows, which by the way change appearance as the seasons go by. On the upper level, there are the statues of the founders of Hogwarts inset into the walls, surrounded by the knights, which we know can sometimes become very useful. Once through the doors, we get into yet another hallway with giant hourglasses representing score points of each house. From here, there is a choice of going either towards the common rooms via the grand staircase, or come inside the Great Hall. It was lit by thousands and thousands of candles that were floating in midair over 4 long tables where the rest of the students were sitting. These tables were laid with glittering golden plates and goblets. At the top of the hall was another long table where the teachers were sitting. Harry looked upward and saw a velvety black ceiling dotted with stars. It was hard to believe there was a ceiling there at all, and that the Great Hall didn't simply open onto the heaven. The Great Hall is arguably the most iconic place in the entire castle. It is a place where students get sorted into their houses, a place they dine in between classes, and feast during all kinds of celebrations. In Hogwarts Legacy, the Great Hall has seen some great expansions, with more room added to the sides. Also, it looks like there might be doors in there as well, possibly leading to another chamber below the Great Hall. On the columns, there are the house statues with fire torches. On the left, there is an eagle for Ravenclaw, lion for Gryffindor on the right, and I'm sure behind you will also see statues for both Slytherin and Hufflepuff. Above the long circular staff table, also known as the High Table, there's a gigantic window with stained glass, with different phases of the moon depicted on it, as well as the animals representing the 4 Hogwarts houses, and the top part of the window depicts all 4 house crests in their full glory. Directly below the Great Hall are the kitchens, as well as the entrance to the Hufflepuff common room. Both can be accessed via the grand staircase, where we should take a look at next. There were 142 staircases at Hogwarts. Wide, sweeping ones, narrow, rickety ones, some that led somewhere different on a Friday, some with a vanishing step halfway up that you had to remember to jump. The Grand Staircase is an iconic massive stairway in Hogwarts Castle, which brought access to each floor, including the dungeons. And in Hogwarts Legacy, it took a different shape from how we've seen it in the movies. And I have to say, I love this version. all the different bridges and archways and spiral stairs that appear right under your feet add to the overall magicalness of the Sensual Castle and also provides a more architecturally sound version of this part of the castle, considering the fact that the grand staircase is located in a circular tower. As indicated in the gameplay showcase, the kitchens can be accessed by following the staircase that leads down to the basements. The kitchens are the kingdom of the elves in Hogwarts. This is where they cook all the food for the school. Then they place prepared meals on the long tables identical to the ones in the Great Hall. Then once the elves flick their fingers, all the dishes disappear and reappear in front of the hungry students upstairs. I'm so happy we get to explore this never-before-seen location and hang out with the elves, possibly involving ourselves into their missions/storylines. And just past the entrance to the kitchens, here to the right you'll find the entrance to the Hufflepuff common room hidden behind a barrel's lid. Now, I will be doing separate videos for the common rooms later on, but I just have to point out here the fact that there's a lot of bedrooms. Enough for all the students in the house. This makes me so happy. Overall, the common room feels massive, even though it has low ceilings. And I just love the little nightstands by the beds and the owl sitting on its thing. It just screams with life. I want to talk to that guy. I want to open that chest, talk to the fat friar. Oh my god. Ugh. By the way, just quick mention how awesome the visuals and the sound effect was with the Revelio spell.
Notice a little something there.
It kind of gives like the vibes from the Chamber of Secrets, from the old games. It just gives a little mysterious, ethereal sound effects. Next to the courtyard, there's an area with the Viaduct Bridge that connects to the other side of the castle. This area has seen some expansions as well, with additional levels, staircases, and lookout spots. Same goes for the viaduct itself, with benches added on either side and metal crates with different symbols on them. And overall, this serves as a great viewpoint of the Black Lake, the herbology greenhouses, and overall the castle. It just looks so beautiful and so massive from here. I mean, to be fair, it looks amazing no matter from where you look at it. As described by the developers, this is the central hall of the castle and it serves as a main hub for the students. It's a place with multiple different levels and massive staircases that all lead in different directions. Yet this area is constructed in such a way that you shouldn't get too lost, with each entryway colored differently. To the right, with greenish windows, are the herbology greenhouses, which by the way are also a multi-level structure devoted just for plants. Straight ahead, below a painting of a sleeping dragon that you shouldn't tickle, is the entrance to the library, and to the left is the exit to the Transfiguration Courtyard. There's lots of massive paintings about the place, little sofas and armchairs here and there, candelabras and gorgeous statue of a unicorn. Okay, well, I'll just shut up for a second for you to just take it all in. And quickly, before leaving this area, Andrew panned towards a door with different symbols around its frame. I'm now having a lot of theories about this, which I want to discuss in a separate video. But first, I want to hear your theories about what's inside the room. Transfiguration Courtyard is yet another iconic place in the castle we've seen many times in the movies. This is a place where students hang out between classes. There's the familiar tree, a dragon statue with a fountain in the middle, and lots of stone benches here and there. Just a great place to look for some side missions and discover little secrets. Also, I need to point out the atmospheric effects that are happening here. There's this fog in the air that just turns this place into a cinematic heaven. And I should say the same thing for the courtyard. Like, the visuals of this game are top notch. I can literally film myself on the green screen and bring myself into this location and just have little scenes playing out here. Maybe something I should consider actually doing? Let me know if you would be interested in something like that, by the way. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't iconic before, but it is now. Because look at it. This is the bougiest, the most grandiose hallways in Hogwarts I've ever seen. It is so posh, I can taste Earl Grey in my mouth right now. There's a skeleton statue of a rhino, dark statues of witches and wizards, and these hanging columns makes it seem like the whole room is coming down at you like, oh my god. I'm clapping. I'm clapping right now. Now, seriously, applause to the architects. Applause to the designers of this castle. This looks incredible. Like, the theme of defense against the dark arts is in every inch of this hall. And of course, there's the defense against the dark arts classroom itself, with a giant skeleton of a dragon hanging on the ceiling, rows of desks, lots of cupboards, and bookcases, and strange eyeballs scattered around the room, and of course the famous little staircase that leads to the professor's office. I had to make this into a separate category because that's what is so iconic about Hogwarts. It's not just all the specific rooms, but the winding corridors and all the different hanging and stone bridges that really make you immerse yourself into the wizarding world and let you just like wander around and try to figure out, oh, what is that portrait over there? Oh, what is that statue? Oh, there's a whole map in here. Wow, I want to discover that. And it's cool how like none of the corridors look the same. That's something that Boston pointed out, that like no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. Like every corridor and every room is different from one another with their own distinct architecture and personality, all full of different objects and secrets to interact with, because again, Hogwarts is essential castle. Of course, there will also be bathrooms in the castle, even the famous prefect's bathroom too, with a whole pool and a diving board. The Allry is another iconic location that once you see it right away telegraphs you you're in Hogwarts. And here it's done in a very intricate way with an extra opening at the top and a little turret sticking out on the side of the roof, which kind of correlates to the design of the main tower of Hogwarts with three little ones sticking out to its side. The clock tower is yet another iconic location from the books and the movies. Here and in the courtyard outside of it is the place where kids would gather before leaving for Hogsmeade Village during the weekends. And oftentimes this area would be seen quite empty. In Hogwarts Legacy, that's not the case at all. Here it has like a whole section for duel practices with like metal crates surrounding the area, different armor and swords displayed by the walls, and I love this giant troll armor. On the outside is the clock tower courtyard with a fountain in the middle of it, but for now looks like it's a well. And it leads to the famous wooden bridge that connects Hogwarts to the Wildlands and the Forbidden Forest. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, magical place to be. And lastly, I just want to give quick mentions to some other places around Hogwarts, like the boathouse, astronomy tower, the backyard, the Quidditch pitch, all the common rooms, and many more rooms and classrooms that I didn't mention here, and of course the Black Lake and the Forbidden Forest, which both belong to Hogwarts grounds. Now I want to hear what is your favorite place in the castle in Hogwarts Legacy. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.